And we're live. All right. Well, unfortunately, Chris, the ultra patriot that she is, I believe, is wrapped in nothing but an American flag and running down the streets of America Town, screaming about the 250th anniversary. So she won't be joining us this week. But I got Matt. Hey, Matt, how's it going?
Hi.
Now it's a work thing. Work is always getting in the way. That's what happens when you try to do a podcast during a lunch break. Doesn't always work out, but I appreciate keeping up Matt late, helping me out here. But yeah, and we're gonna be. I'm trying to come up with some kind of alternative for our actual play this weekend because Matt's going to be out, and I imagine things are going to be happening for people over the weekend. So it may not be it's just not gonna work so easily, and I didn't have any chance to prep this week. That's another reason, but we'll get back to old school essentials as soon as possible.
You didn't have to admit to that at all.
Well, I'm trying.
You get a bit. It's all Matt's fault. That bastard.
I'm putting it on Matt. No, yeah, I want to have the stuff that's coming up next might be fun to have a little bit more structure to it on the VTT. But and I found I forget, there's another competitor in the ring, and I'm totally blanking on the one of the Kickstarters I was looking at. They're putting their stuff on a kind of a brand new kind of indie browser based VTT. So people are still kind of creating stuff to places to go. And this one is like totally drag and drop. So it reminded me of early days of Owlbear Rodeo, like how quick and easy that was to use. But I'll post about that when I take a better look at that. But that was interesting to see. Yeah, people are still trying to do, even with all the competitions that's out there, people are still coming up with their own solutions for playing online. But yeah, and did you take advantage of the free VTT day, Matt, at with Alchemy? Did you pick up some new stuff?
Yeah, I did. I don't know. Maybe I get excited and read the press release wrong.
Uh-huh.
But I really thought it was their whole catalog, which in hindsight is really gullible of me.
Right.
But yeah, everything they put out, I pretty much downloaded if I didn't already have it.
Nice.
And there were some sounds, like music tracks that I got, and some scenes, and some game or other. I can't remember what it was now. So yeah, I just grabbed anything I didn't have already. So it's cool. I appreciate it. I had in my mind that I was going to be getting a bunch of cool games, but yeah, they're not so crazy that they're going to make all that stuff free.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, but you did mention something on the Discord that I got excited about. We're still almost 40 days out, but Chaosium is doing a non-BRP game. Yeah. Time Without Tide. Yeah. Mirth and Misery in the World of Fog. Yeah, I thought that was yeah, it looked cool.
Yeah, it's steampunk, which you could say steampunk's been there, done that, I suppose. Although on the channel, like since I've been around, we haven't played a steampunk game.
No, yeah.
That I can think of, right? No, yeah. And it seemed kind of like a hybrid, like not a traditional Victorian. Oh, it has Victorian steampunk stuff in it, but it's not like, in the city as much. It seems like there's going to be an exploration thing to it. And they talked about it's not BRP. It's a whole new system, which is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I like BRP, but I love seeing new game systems that aren't really just 5e in disguise or something.
Right.
And they were talking about how it has like politics and tactical combat. So I was like, okay, all right, I'm interested because, I guess if you play Rune Quest, there is more complicated combat.
Yeah.
Compared to the other BRP stuff. But tactical combat is not something you really think about with Chaosium.
Yeah.
So So yeah, I'm really interested to see how it looks or how it is.
Mm-hmm.
The art is kind of lighthearted, kind of cartoon
Yeah,
looking so
very different.
far.
Mm-hmm.
And they had that word mirth in the subtitle,
Yeah,
which made me wonder: is this going to be like based on the Dragonbane system, or?
right. Yeah, something like yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but I don't think it is because they were really playing up how it was a new system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the
Yeah, so I'm excited that when the quick start comes out, I think we should try it.
oh yeah, yeah, we definitely should. Yeah, I like the little paranoid Peter Lorre looking dude in the group there. Yeah, that screams some
Yeah,
yeah some silly
yeah.
silliness.
He almost. I was. That's right. I got Peter Lorre vibe, and then I was like, wait a minute, is that like a Innsmouth kind of guy or something? Because he had the big
Oh,
bug eyes.
yeah,
But
right,
yeah,
right, right.
yeah. There's something with a fog that you have to explore out into the fog. So it's got. So you have that. I guess kind of Blades in the Dark where there's an isolated city,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
but you get to explore, which isn't really a Blades in the Dark thing. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The other one that this is my Matt's Selfish.
uh-huh.
They finally announced the Broken Empire's PDF
Mm.
is coming out in August.
Nice, nice.
Like all the backers are getting the PDF in August because that's when they're sending the final files to production.
Right. Oh, good, good.
Super excited about that. So we expect in 2 to 4 weeks after that,
Uh-huh.
Matt to be like, I want to run this. I want to run this.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, I can't wait. That would be good. Yeah, we've got some the superheroes outgunned is on its way. They're shipping that. I have the PDF, so they're shipping that, so that should be interesting. And I think that Twilight Sword is not far behind that. I backed that also, that kind of Legend of Zelda looking crazy thing. So we'll have a couple of fun games that'll have good VTT support to mess around with. Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious what Chaosium I think
Is that the one that's sorry, go
oh yeah,
ahead.
no, that's Two Little Mice's kind of JRPG looking thing that they did. It's yeah, it's kind
What
of
happened to that one what happened to that one that was a translation that those
oh,
people in Kansas
they
City or whatever
they
were doing that
delayed that.
Arturo never interviewed?
Right, right. Yeah, so Sword World. Yeah, Sword World. They were ready to
Yeah.
launch their Kickstarter and then they just backed out at the last minute. So I think they talked about why
Oh.
on I don't know. It seems like they really put themselves in a hard position because the hardcore super otaku people have been doing fan translations of every one of those books for a long time now. There's a pretty solid archive of all of that, and they're retranslating it and then doing new art and stuff. So I think it's with the hardcore fans, it's going to be a losing strategy, just like uh, what was it? Heroescape, just like Hasbro going to the hardcore Heroescape community and saying, okay, guys, we're going to launch this. What do you want us to do? It's like, you can't, there's already, just like rabid fans. So I wonder what it exactly was that made them reschedule. But I think they pushed it back to next year. Either late this year or next year. I think it was like a 6-month delay. So I'm not sure, what's going on with that. But yeah, they're working on a translation. And yeah, when I originally got in touch with I think the Japanese half of that team, she was really cautious about, she's like, so what kind of questions do you want to ask us and stuff. So I think they're a little bit weary of maybe getting attacked, by the weirdos that are have already been doing the gray market fan translation that they probably shouldn't be
We're not the
doing.
angry nerds. We're not the angry nerds.
Yeah, exactly.
Give us
Yeah.
a chance.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. But every even the newest books for Sword World are all translated now, like not machine translated, they're hand translated by like pretty rabid fans. So it's a tough spot to be in as an American publisher, trying to keep those maniacs happy. But yeah, so we'll see. And I imagine a crowdfunder, the comment section is going to get a little rough, on that crowdfunder and stuff. So I hope them the best, because it looks like they have really good intentions. And that system has been around forever and has had no. It's just like, there's a lot of stuff in Japan, especially the Call of Cthulhu content that really should. And but for licensing reasons and stuff, that's why that's not going to probably easily be translated. But there's a lot of stuff. Japan is a kind of a Galapagos, similar to Sweden, that has been doing their own thing for a while. With tabletop, which they call table talk here, and it'll be cool to see some of that stuff reach out, especially with the popularity of anime and manga, and Japan in general, because Call of Cthulhu it's all modern setting, and it's all it's a real different vibe that they're going for, because they have ghosts and psychological horror and stuff is so part of kind of the Japanese culture of horror. It's a very different thing here, so it'd be cool to see it at least be able to have a taste of that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Good luck to Sword World. And Mugen, I think Mugen is the name of the studio, Mugen. But we'll see what happens with that. But that was Two Little Mice. That was they did a take on kind of JRPG. So I would really like to run that like Dragon Quest or something, and put a lot of story into it, like come up with a fun little kingdom that you have to save and stuff, and really like lean into, and maybe even do like some bit some of that 8-bit music for our background, do some
nice. You probably get Chris help you with the 8-bit stuff, huh?
Oh yeah
she had a lot of I remember she was posting it was a long time ago now, but she was trying to make a like 8-bit looking game, like a little board skirmish game or something.
Right. Yeah. And the music too, like do that same kind of I don't think we could get copyright strikes on a lot of that music, but a lot of that little 8-bit music. Chiptune, that's what I'm thinking. Chiptune music. That would be fun. But So let's get started for this week. Good to see everybody in the chat. Of course, Calarion and Abyss is with us. And Quark, hey, America. Fuck yeah. See, I knew it. I knew Quark is wrapped in an American flag only and running around somewhere.
Speaking of that real quick, if you hear faint booms...
Oh, it started?
It's because America and illegal fireworks, and nobody ever waits till the 4th of July. So I apologize in advance. I'm hearing them right now.
Why wait when you've got illegal fireworks? Yeah, I loved that. What was it, during the pandemic? When there was the ban, LA said, no, we're cracking down hard. No fireworks during 4th of July. We're serious this time. And then people were taking photos of like landing at LAX, and it looked like Blade Runner. Like there was so much fire in the sky. Yeah. It looked like the opening of Blade Runner.
During the pandemic, it was every night. Like every night. It was insane.
I guess it's better than in China. Did you remember those videos during the pandemic of people banging on pans with a spoon out their apartment windows and just screaming? It sounded like a horror movie. There were all these people that were just like, solid apartment blocks of people.
Oh yeah. Just desperate for human connection.
Right. Yeah. Those were the days. Yeah. Oh wow, we're gonna reminisce about those.
Their quarantine was a little more hardcore than ours.
Yeah, like welding doors shut.
Jesus.
Yeah, we didn't get to that point. That's good. Oh man. All right, let's do this. What's that?
I was gonna say sympathies to you and Abyss, because your national teams were eliminated from the World
Cup. I thought I felt something. Yeah, I felt this pain in my chest. I wasn't sure if that was arrhythmia or World Cup elimination. Yeah, Japan, that was a heartbreaker. I had a bunch of friends that stayed up until they were up till 4 a.m. and had to go to work. Get up for work at 6 and watched Japan get eliminated by Brazil.
Did you see the video of the Japanese fan after crying?
Yes. And the
Brazilians are comforting him. And then the Mexican fans show up and they're like, hey, we know what to do. Throw this guy in the air. That was so good.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right. So let's get started for this week. Welcome to the weekly. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Hello.
All right. So, yes, on this holiday weekend, one thing before we get started. A couple of bundles are still around. The Roll Big or Go Home bundle with all the licensed awesome RPGs. 50 books, in fact, are on Humble Bundle, and the Dungeon Crawl Classics is still hanging in there. 106 books and PDFs, a lot of stuff. So you can, it's from like $5 to $44 for all of that stuff or various configurations. So click on some of those links. Those are affiliates for us, and it helps a lot to support the cast. But this week on the weekly, D&D Encyclopedia. Oh, we've all been waiting for that. Backerkit teams up with DriveThruRPG, little collaboration there. CMON Layoffs, yeah, surprise, surprise. And Our Lives, Our Fortunes. I was kind of rooting for this one. They almost had the timing down, but I don't know if they're going to actually fulfill, or they're actually going to hit the goal. But let's start with the silliest one. Oh, and I've got a little got a little teaser before.
Is going to mess up D&D again. I'm Gary Gygax, and I approve this message.
Gary Gygax is worried. It's Random House. A Penguin Random House has announced a Dungeons and Dragons Encyclopedia. So this is nothing new. They do licensed IP, encyclopedias for Star Wars and probably Harry Potter, everything that they can get their hands on. But this is going to be a 320-page book written by Matt Forbeck, Michael Whitwer, John Peterson, Callista Harmon, Jessica Lee Patterson, and not Jason Tondro, the guy that can't keep his mouth shut about how much he hates Gary Gygax. So thankfully, he will not be contributing to this masterpiece. But this is going to include about a half dozen settings from D&D: Forgotten Realms, Dragonlance, Spelljammer, Ravenloft, Greyhawk. And it'll be, of course, the information on the monsters, locations, heroes, villains, and iconic items. So, yep, this is not new. Random House has been doing this forever. Guides and encyclopedias for everything that they get their hands on. But the contributors, Forbeck is a longtime game designer who's worked for TSR and Wizards and various books. Whitwer's written multiple D&D books for Penguin, multiple art guides, and wrote the biography of Gary Gygax. Peterson, of course, is considered a big historian of D&D and has written several books, some good stuff, some pretty dry stuff. And Patterson and Peterson have collaborated on an art exhibition of D&D work, which that would have been cool to see. So this D&D Encyclopedia is going to set you back $60, but I was thinking this is like one of those kind of gateway things, because if I remember being a kid, and if I would have had access to a book like this is kind of a pricey book, but if this book would have been around and I didn't really know what D&D was, and just like was let loose in a Walden Books or whatever, and was flipping through this might be one of those earliest memories of entry into this world. So if they have some good illustrations and you're flipping through and you're reading descriptions of things, like, oh, what's this, I think the reason that they keep doing this stuff, this seems like incredibly unnecessary, but the reason they keep doing this stuff is because it is one of those things that a total newbie, unfamiliar, doesn't even really like, oh, I've heard of D&D as a little kid now. If they can tear their face away from their screen, would see this and maybe like, oh, what the hell is this? So it's kind of a fun thing that they keep doing this, because I think it will bring people in that would not go near this stuff or not go near a hobby store. Do you have any memories like that of like seeing something? I had like a monster movies book that I've like flipped through endlessly as a little kid.
Before I knew anything about D&D, it was that, do you remember those Time Life books?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They did that series of like mythical creatures or fantasy creatures or something like that.
Ah, yeah.
I had a couple of those that I just devoured.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then with D&D, the first D&D book I had was the AD&D first edition monster manual.
Wow, really?
Which doesn't tell you you don't know how to, you can't understand how to play from that.
Right.
But it had all those awesome pictures in it, and we would just. I remember my cousins and I would just sort of puzzle over like things like the magic resistance and all these things, and like
very cool.
just sort of try to guess what was going on.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. That kind of stuff is great. And that kind of entry, although it's very different now, I'm sure, TikTok will bring more people into the hobby than, a physical book would ever. But that really is nice that that gateway kind of exists. But so look for this. August 20th is the release for this, so later this year. And if you got a kid that you want to get into the hobby, maybe leave this on the coffee table, and after kindergarten they'll have something to flip through and might ask you a question about who is this Vecna dude.
Two questions.
Oh, sure.
Who is the publisher?
Penguin Random House.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's acceptable.
Okay.
Is Ben Riggs involved?
No, not that I saw.
Okay. I might actually purchase this.
That's good.
Screw that guy.
Yeah, and when it's Jason Tondro, the one that wrote the introduction on that 50th anniversary history book with Peterson.
Yeah.
That was the guy that like dissed Gygax as a misogynist, like we did the whole list of sins. Yeah,
that's the thing, is Ben Riggs in his books didn't do that, but then as his fame in the community rose, he started doing that through social media.
Right.
And I think it was just to get more cred with the youngsters or whatever.
Yeah. And it's also
screw that guy.
that's Wizards' whole jam now. Yeah. So if you want to get noticed and maybe get some work, you got to be on social media dissing the creators. But a little bit more Wizards news. So Baldur's Gate 4, of course, we know Baldur's Gate 3 was a huge success for Wizards. That was a big payday for them. So they're struggling to get 4 out the door, and they cannot find a developer because, of course, as we know, Larian, the developer of Baldur's Gate 3, has exited, and somebody that they asked to do this said it would fail if we did it. So Larian, and it's interesting because Larian did start production on Baldur's Gate 4 because it was so successful. So sold millions of copies, Game of the Year in 2023. And they're fearing that Baldur's Gate 3 might have been too good, because I think it was a perfect kind of match of developer, like their work with Divinity and stuff, and then what they did, what was possible with Baldur's Gate. It wasn't like, doing anything too simplified or from the ground up. They had so much experience with, telling stories with characters in an RPG style similar to what those original Baldur's Gate games were, but the Larian CEO, they didn't just bow out of the role. They didn't just ghost Wizards. They did multiple updates for Baldur's Gate 3. They did the big patch number 8, which added 12 new subclasses and a lot of new narrative and a huge mess of quality of life features. So they did start production on Baldur's Gate 4, but decided, what the hell are we doing? It's going to be the same thing again, with new, maybe a newer, shinier version of the thing that we just did. So they wanted to do their own thing. So Sven Vinke, sorry, said we should be looking at how we can do stuff that we get excited about. So Baldur's Gate 4 for Larian got shelved. So what is Wizards, and especially Hasbro, Chris Cox, to do? He was probably in costume from one of his gaming sessions, running down the halls, and he accosted James Olin of Archetype Entertainment. So Olin recalls, this is the guy that's working on Matt's favorite game, Exodus. Olin recalls the day that Chris Cox knew that Larian wasn't going to do it, he called me and he said, "Hey James, what do you think about doing Baldur's Gate 4? And I was like, I don't. I would fail. And here's why I would fail." So the studio that they had by the throat, doing this RPG for them and just trying to get this guy to do another Mass Effect style hit, just like totally backed out. And so Olin goes on to say, I wouldn't want to compete against that. Doing Exodus is hard enough, and but having to compete against Baldur's Gate 3, that would be insanity. So he explains, how much admiration he has for what Larian did. And it's at least half a decade of horror building all of that stuff. So yeah, he didn't want to develop any of those tools from scratch or do any of that. And so basically that's when he said, I'm stressed out, I'm stepping back. And he walked away from Archetype. And I think he's a consultant and will continue to like help them with the tabletop, pen and paper game. But he said, yeah, you can't dethrone what they did with Baldur's Gate 3. It was just too perfect a combination of, developer. They already had a lot of the tools, that they used. So, yeah, Olin left Archetype, and now Cox is still looking around. So no developer has been signed for Baldur's Gate 4. I'm sure somebody will. It's going to be a hack job with Chinese backing, and it's going to fail spectacularly, like most of the D&D licensed games that have been produced in the past decade or two. So that's what's going on with Wizards of the Coast and the AI bull Chris Cox. So if you've got a game studio that wants to make Baldur's Gate 4, give him a call. I'm sure he's looking for you. All right, and this is an interesting.
You know what Chris Cox is doing right now?
Oh, what is it? Besides cosplay? Yeah.
I was just gonna say, Chris Cox is frantically typing prompts into Claude or something, asking it to make a Baldur's Gate video game.
Yep. Now here's all the information. Here's all the PDFs we have for Baldur's Gate. Please make a Baldur's Gate 4. Can you just like give us the code? And that's exactly that. And that would be really interesting if they come up with this thing and they hand it to a studio and they say, make this, kind of like how American animation studios hand off all the work to Korean studios for finishing, like on TV animation. That'd be so funny if production comes to that and they think that would actually work. But something that might work a little bit better is Backerkit and DriveThru. So Backerkit just inked a deal with DriveThruRPG to deliver TTRPG content. So the crowdfunding platform Backerkit is officially partnering with the online gaming marketplace DriveThru, kind of further enforcing their, almost monopoly of digital delivery. And they're going to help them kind of take the manual process out of the delivering digital goods for future TTRPG campaigns. So of course, Backerkit's already using this, and a lot of the people that do crowdfunding already offer their PDFs and also their print-on-demand stuff through DriveThru, but it's a very, manual process. So this new deal and this integration will streamline the process. There'll be no longer will you have to wait until the campaign ends to get your digital rewards for backers and for creators. They're going to allow, like, they can even set up a schedule of like digital incentives. So like when they reach certain goals on their campaign, you can get a quick start, or you can see like the character subclass they're unlocking in a PDF or whatever. It can just go directly, to your account as the campaign is running. So a little bit more, kind of another level of communication with backers in a Backerkit campaign. And this can all be handled through DriveThruRPG. I hope, though, the backend of DriveThruRPG is not great. It's very dated. So I hope that this integration is also going to, kind of push them to be a little bit better with what it's like, what the experience of their the platform is. So the integration, automatically sends rewards to backers the moment they pledge, reserve, or even follow a campaign, which is, I think, something that Time Without Tide was doing. Is you sign up, you give them their email to follow the campaign to be notified, and then you'll have access to the quick start. So that kind of stuff is good and already happening. So this will kind of make this an automated process. The campaign creators will have access to the API key, which gives you the back end of DriveThru and let you connect the two platforms, to kind of integrate everything that you need, customize specific digital content the way you want to share it with backers. So for people that are backing, this is going to be completely, invisible. There'll be no additional setup required. You won't have to do anything. You'll just be sent notifications when digital content is available and where to get it. So yeah, it looks like it's going to strengthen both of these companies, kind of hold on campaign or crowdfunding for TTRPGs and digital support. Hopefully there'll be some new tools and a little bit better better things going on with the back end of DriveThru. But it is kind of making DriveThru a bit of a monopoly if this keeps happening. So what do you think, Matt? Is this a good thing?
I don't. I hear stuff like this, and what is this really a big deal? Like,
right. What's a press release?
If you kickstart something, or even like on GameFound, they would just post a update with the link to the quick start. You would get a notification.
Right.
You would click the link and you would get your quick start.
right.
It's not amazing that now DriveThru is going to be, oh, hey, here's your thing.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it feels like much ado about nothing. Like, I don't see the huge innovation. And like you say, the DriveThru is a mess.
Yeah.
And like, I actually go to their legacy site when I have to use DriveThru.
Right.
Because their modernized site is somehow worse. Especially if you have product on DriveThru. Navigating to your account and seeing your account balance and looking at like the royalty report and stuff on the new version is almost impossible.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So I just go to the legacy site because you can still do that. Go to the old school version of the site if I need to do any of that. So like, hey, synergy, but it's like synergy for, I don't know, like buttering your bread with a cooler knife. It's not impressive to me. Like,
right. Yeah.
Good luck to them.
And this might just be offloading. I think this might help Backerkit as far as their their bandwidth demands, their storage demands, because when they're presenting the files on their end, they have links to it. You go into your Backerkit account for a specific pledge or for, specific campaign, and here's your digital content, in your Backerkit account. Now they can offload all of that to your DriveThruRPG library, so that might save them. This might be good for them as far as organizing stuff, because a campaign gets old enough on Backerkit, and those links are just gone. They just expire. There's not stuff there after because campaigns can take up to 5 years to fulfill if they've had real big problems. So a lot of that stuff gets difficult. So at least, things will just be popping into your DriveThru library, making it this, unmanageable list of hell, like it probably already is. So, it's interesting. Yeah.
I would just add, though, not every crowdfunding game just automatically puts up their stuff on DriveThru. And like I know, what I was talking about before we got started was the Broken Empires announced their PDF will drop for backers in August. And they're not gonna put that on DriveThru.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna give it to all the backers first. And then the pre-order people aren't gonna get it until later. So they can't use DriveThru.
Right.
So, I mean, this feels like it's forcing people to use DriveThru, whether they want to or not. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's true.
I'm sure it's like you made a good point. I'm sure it's saving that company or the crowdfunding company space, memory, whatever. But it's not. I don't see it as anything innovative for the customer at all.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. I think it's just another way to give communication and marketing during crowdfunding, and just be like, oh, look, you can get this. It's almost like a real thing, and it's on DriveThru, so download it right now. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it would be cool if they could integrate with print on demand too. So like, as soon as the PDFs were done. Everything was, especially if you're supporting something that's kind of already finished and they're just waiting for like an at cost POD version or whatever. That stuff like automatically, got notified and went through. That would be cool. But we'll see. We'll see what what happens. Yeah, I don't know. That was an odd thing to pop up with a Backerkit X DriveThruRPG. It was like, oh, a big announcement, but that was all it is. Is now they give you the API hook for connecting your campaign, your crowdfunder. I don't know. So yeah, we'll see if people find up some interesting things to do with that. To do like weekly drops or something to build more momentum during a crowdfunding campaign. Who knows? But more dismal news in the tabletop world. CMON lays off its lead designer, the co-author of the Song of Ice and Fire miniatures game. So Mike Shinall, who's had a 15-year career with CMON, and so he was there during the golden era of Ameritrash, where they just had these coffin-sized boxes of plastic and cardboard. So last Wednesday, Shinall announced that on his LinkedIn that he is no longer the director of design and development at Cool Mini or Not. And yes, that's what that stands for, if you didn't know, along with some of my other remaining coworkers. So he didn't want to name names, but as we know, CMON is kind of a sinking ship. And they're pushing people overboard as they go down. So just on the tail end of fulfilling the latest Zombicide. I think of like a pirate-themed Zombicide. And so, yeah, he was at the company for around 15 years. So this is from his LinkedIn. As of yesterday, I was as effectively and entirely removed from my ongoing projects, in development projects, and potential future projects that I was working on for the company. I don't publicly speak about any of that anyway, but even more so now that I am separated from the company. So I cannot, nor will I, answer any questions related to anything I was previously or up until today currently working or worked on. So that smells like an NDA that they dangled in front of him for some severance, which is usually they hold your severance hostage unless you sign an NDA to not be angry about being suddenly thrown to the wolves. So he said it's not my place to speak on behalf of others. So, other people will be, announcing their situations later. CMON keeps talking about they're going to return to crowdfunding. They've got games in development. They got no money, and so I don't know what's going on. They're going through a bankruptcy. So he said, So proud of them for the various efforts and their and for diverse reasons. He most recently worked on the deceased DC Zombicide game, basically. And he said this literally happened overnight, but he's already been approached by some entities, he has said. So people are already like looking to pick him up because he's got a good reputation and, solid game design chops. But he doesn't want to rush into anything. So it'd be cool to see him like start his own thing or, like really go through. But some people aren't cut out for that. Some people like the regular paycheck and they like the brand name behind them and stuff. So it's interesting to see when people lose big positions like this, where they go. But CMON was a king of the board game industry back in the day, cranking out that Ameritrash. But in 2025, they recorded record losses of $20 million. They got on that crowdfunding wheel of hell and started borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, whatever the expression is. And recently, CMON has sold many of their most significant IPs, including Zombicide, Blood Rage, Cthulhu: Death May Die. They secured $100.2 million through the sale of shares of the company. And in April, they took that money, $2.1 million, to stake in a loss-making NTF video game developer. Great. They're still picking some winners. They're still doing great. The management there is still, I don't know if it's all Chinese or what, but they're insane what they're doing. But Shinall himself was responsible for the 2013 remaster of the sci-fi skirmish game Dark Age, which I think there's the starter set is up there. And so it's likely that he's not done. We're going to see more of him in the future. It'll just be fun to see where he goes. But good luck to Mr. Shinall, and looking forward to whatever. And it'd be cool if he got hooked up with something that would revive an old skirmish game that was like kind of right up his alley. But did you ever take a look at his Song of Ice and Fire game, the war game that he made for
No.
CMON? It was well done. It was.
I think I'm confusing that with the one Fantasy Flight did, because Fantasy Flight did a Game of Thrones like rank and flank game.
Right. Yeah. So and that might be, I don't know, because that might be once. Yeah. No, I think you're right that there was like kind of two things, and there were board games and stuff at the time, but some interesting stuff.
But I wasted money on some of those big CMON games back in the day, like right behind you.
No.
Blood Rage. I bought that.
Oh yeah. That's fun stuff.
And but that's Eric Lang. So my question is, did Eric Lang leave, or was he always like a hired gun?
I think he might have been a hired gun, because he's shown up on other, like when I'm seeing crowdfunding stuff, I'll see his name in the as a credited designer for stuff. What was the last thing that I saw him in that I was kind of surprised? I can't remember, but I think he's kind of a contractor now. He's kind of bouncing around, because I see his name come up with stuff, and he's still I'm always attracted to what he's doing, because I've always liked during that kind of golden age.
News story.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think we got major lag.
Oh no.
Or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you just jumped. Yeah, you just kind of jumped into mid sentence.
Wow.
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say. What was I gonna say? Oh, every time you have a CMON news story, I just immediately am like, how are they still around?
Right.
Why are they still?
Well,
what's going on? And I feel the same way about Fantasy Flight. Like, Fantasy Flight is almost non-existent, but somehow there's still an operating company.
Right. Yeah, the way whatever Embracer did to them, it's like pulling off pieces. Like all their RPGs are like now done by that other company, that other publisher is like maintained. Yeah, so they've just been like kind of pulled apart, and it's weird. They still have like a website that is kind of talking about things and has like digital downloads for existing games, but it's really getting to be a ghost town for a couple of these guys. So we'll see. I don't know what's left of CMON though, and I don't know why they are investing in an NTF video game developer.
Yeah, same.
but
probably just a money laundering thing now,
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, that's probably what happened. Is they got caught up in like, oh wait, so we get like these millions of dollars from these backers, and then we can like invest it in like crypto, right? And then we can pull that out and try to produce the actual game. And who knows? Who knows what where they went wrong. And finally, this is a kind of another sad story. We've only got hours. I think it literally is a matter of hours on this one. But Our Lives, Our Fortune, a Wet Ink Games crowdfunder currently going on. It's only running until July 5th at 1 a.m. It's over on Backerkit. But I thought they kind of got the timing, and this looked kind of like a fun idea. But maybe I think alternate history in some situations is just not to people's taste in some cases. So this is a new thing. Wet Ink Games has done some great stuff, and they've really been kind of playing around and experimenting. The new stuff that they've been coming out with has been really fun. But they're doing a core rule book for a game called Our Lives, Our Fortunes. And what is this? This is an alternate history where the American Revolution was won by witches, werewolves, and necromancers instead of those Yankees, those spunky Yankees. So your fight for freedom. So I can understand why they kind of crowdfund it over the 250th, anniversary, or the whatever it is, the bicentennial of the U.S. So it's going to use narrative elements from stories like Motherland, Fort Salem, and also we'll use the +1 Wet Ink Games system, which is a D6 plus a deck of cards. So this is the America in full rebellion in the 1700s with supernatural terrors. So yeah, this looked like fun, and they had some fun text and stuff on the website. So the American Revolution was not won by white men on horses; it was won by witches, werewolves, and necromancers. History tried to forget. Join the revolution in this role-playing game of supernatural horror set in the American Revolution. So currently, they're about halfway to their goal of $20,000 with 160 some backers. And I don't think they've gotten much of a boost since. And I'd like to see something like this. This looks fun, and I'd like to see this go forward. So they're gonna, of course, do a digital only version of this. There'll be a physical book, and they're even doing kind of like era appropriate custom deck of cards and dice that would look like something from the 1700s would be on a table. So intolerable acts and the shot heard around the world are in the past. Boston is occupied. The Continental Army under Washington is just retreated again, and no one knows how the war will turn out. So you hold the power which has gone untapped. Maybe you can talk with the spirits. Perhaps you can sicken a man with a glance. You can borrow the form of a wolf if you need. Other people may have whispered witch or called you cursed. Maybe you are, but this ragtag United States is ever going to, if it's ever going to get a chance to be the land of the free, it needs your help. So a lot of kind of odd paths, a lot of odd character classes: the pact maker, the wise crafter, the shape changer, just to name a few. And using the +1 system, a pretty simple D6 pool system with skills and kind of like a fun combat plus your supernatural abilities. So yeah, they go, and on the website they go through and explain, if anybody's not familiar with it, they go through and explain like how the system works, what you can do before and after your roll and stuff. But yeah, they're doing of course a soft cover basic edition, and then an arcane declaration edition, their collector's edition, which would be hardcover black leatherette with purple metallic embossing and a first printing book plate. And the end papers will be the Declaration of Independence with some added arcane symbology. And then, of course, like I said, dice that look like they're from the 18th century, along with a deck of cards. But they've yet to hit the funding. So Steffi Devane is the lead writer on this. Has worked on things like Fall of London and Scion Whispers in the Dark. Written for Ravenloft, Changeling the Lost, Exalted, and Call of Cthulhu. Bug Bowl is another writer on it, and yeah, and then of course the contributors, the co-founders of Wet Ink, are also involved as creative director and business director. So yeah, Wet Ink has done some great stuff. I love which is something we have to get to the table, because Roll20, or not, no, I'm sorry, not Roll20. Foundry is capable of doing decks of cards and stuff. So we should do the Never Going Home, the kind of Wasteland World War One, supernatural. I think that would be really fun to play. And recently they've done things like Into the Cess and Citadel, Home, and the Garbage and Glory, where you play raccoons in a garbage dump, I believe. So they've done a lot of like kind of new and experimenting with different things. I think we've talked about just about all of these projects as they've come up. But yeah, check that out. We'll see how close it's getting to actually funding. I put a link in the description, but I think they're a long way. I think they're a long way from getting there. But yeah, I like their like the stuff they've done in the past. So it's worth just a quick check here. Yeah, they're still sitting around 10,000 with about 48 hours to go. But yeah, what do you think? Is that a fun idea, or is that just a little too out there for some people to get excited about?
It's kind of cool. There's another game that predates it called Colonial Gothic. I actually own the PDF, I think, but it's older. I think I first discovered it in the pandemic or something. But that one was a little like, it was more of a horror, like your rebels during the Revolutionary War, or maybe in the lead up to the Revolutionary War. so you're doing clandestine things and what have you, but then there's this insidious sort of horror element that gets put into it. So you have, stuff kind of like, Headless Horseman, kind of gothic horror, ghost stories and such. Mm-hmm. So that I think appeals to me more than this. Feels more like crazy overt with everybody's a witch or a werewolf or whatever.
Right.
Like instead of playing the mundanes who have to deal with the supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
Which I think is a little more my groove. Perfect example. We were talking about vampire the other day, and like my favorite thing to do in vampire is to play someone who's not a vampire. Which is a fatal mistake, but nonetheless. But, it's cool. We wish them the best. Good luck.
Yeah, that's too bad. And I wonder what happens with stuff like this. Like, we don't know how far along. I don't think they talked about it too much on the campaign page, like how far along they are with the actual production of this. So when a crowdfunder like this fails, but you've already kind of got, do you just release it digitally, or do you like hold back and try again? I wonder. Yeah, what they're strategy, because they're not asking for a lot, to make this possible. And if they just, cut it down to, okay, we're not going to do the dice, we're not going to do the cards, there's no leatherette book, we'll do a print on demand, physical book and a PDF, and notify everybody that was interested in it, and see how it goes. But yeah, and there was also the guys that did Zweihander, the knockoff of Warhammer Fed. They did something set in like the, I think, kind of Revolutionary War time in America, like early American, colonial American kind of stuff, which is odd, doing like a grimdark RPG in America. But yeah, they did some kind of setting like that. But it's too bad. I thought maybe the timing would help a lot, but I don't think anybody's really excited after the spectacle in front of the White House. I don't think anyone's like rah America.
Oh yeah, they're not gaining any bump from the timing at all.
Right.
The kind of people that are actually celebrating right now are not probably gonna play a game like this.
Right. Yeah, that's very true. All right.
Yeah, only 171 backers. That's kind of sad.
Yeah. Maybe they just didn't get the word out. It's like, I think a lot of this crowdfunding is getting to the point where, you just have to spam social media. I'm seeing so many like Instagram, ads and stuff popping up for stuff. You gotta pay some big bucks to, get the word out on a lot of this stuff. And if it just doesn't hit, the kind of, normie, kind of not that interested, not looking around for new games to back, if the idea just doesn't hit them right, then yeah, maybe it's not worth that kind of advertising investment. But anyhow, that's going to do it for this week. So where can people find you, Matt?
I'm on Blue Sky. It's at Hargold, HAARGALD. I have not been talking about games much lately.
Just World Cup?
Because the wheels are falling apart here. So the wheels are falling off here. So yeah. But, I will try to get back to the game talk. How about you?
All right. So I've got a single panel gag cartoon that you can find on abusecartoons.com, and also on YouTube and Twitch. I did some live streams. I'm still doing it. I'm a little bit slower than I was before, and I can't get a month done at a time on a live stream. So we'll see if I ever get back to that. But yeah, you can read that comic at gocomics.com/domestic abuse. And also check out rcharvey.com. I'll put that in my links. A great archive of over 20 years of writing, or actually the whole career of writing, of R.C. Harvey, who wrote on cartoon and comic book history. But if you like what we're doing here at the weekly, consider becoming a weekling. You can do that at patreon.com/upturnedtable. And that'll let us know you're interested in us doing this every week. And you can get on our Discord and drop us some links and let us know what you'd like to see us talk about, what looks interesting in tabletop. Hopefully not all these depressing business stories, but something more fun. We were always interested in hearing about new games, new companies. and seeing what's going on. But upturntable.com is the website where we have everything. Tomorrow, I'll probably do just kind of a impromptu live stream. I don't have anything prepped for the actual play, and Matt is out, but so I think we might try to do something fun. So hang around in the chat for that, and we'll do a 250 years of something for this, something more fun than American history for the weekend. But thanks for joining us, and we will be back again soon. And thanks a lot for Matt for co-hosting. I appreciate it so much. Very last minute. Back again next week. See you then. Goodbye. Bye. All right. Oh, gotta turn Matt back on. Not a great setup. All right, Matt, how's it going? So yeah, we're talking a little 70s film. There's some fun stuff there. There's really, I think, some good inspiration, especially now that we've got Blade 68 and stuff. I think there's some really good inspiration in a lot of like 70s heist films and stuff for that. Because it's a shame that the heist film has, in more recent days with like Ocean's 11 and stuff, become that, oh, but actually, you know, they do all the series of flashbacks and stuff, because there were some really good heist films done, you know, in the 60s and 70s, some really gritty, great stuff. And I think now, if you think about people robbing a bank or a casino, it's too much Ocean's 11 and that kind of like, you know, slick grease, you know, that weird greasy style that they do. I mean, Steven Soderbergh's a great director, but yeah, those movies kind of wrecked it. Hey, Abyss, thank you. So gifted memberships from Abyss. Thank you so much.
Throwing out to people we don't know.
Yes,
right.
all the lurkers. But there's
it's like gambling.
Yeah.
I got one.
Yeah, Matt is a winner.
I get to use the emojis.
Oh yeah. Get in on those emojis. Yeah. I've been surprised. The membership has been really great on YouTube. Thank you for everybody. There's a big, I mean, we've got some people. Hey, there's the notification for Matt. We got some people that have been around for years, for like, you know, 4 or 5 years in the membership. So thank you so much. And I think that has a lot to do with, we didn't like, you know, do it like the lowest level is like $10 or whatever. It's just like $1 gets you in, and you know, you can see everything that is going on. So I appreciate people that have been hanging in there for so long. So all the audiobooks, like I think oops, another one. Oh, who is that? I'll check out the where's my notifications here. Nice.
Wait.
Oh,
Unknown Girl.
Yes.
Isn't that she used to go to
yes.
a cartoon stream?
Yes. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, Unknown Girl. Yeah.
Maybe that'll get her to show up. I wonder how she's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, she was great. Hey, and so we got Unknown Girl. Welcome with the membership, and Mr. Radical Sheep, and Dr. Kynes.
And Dr. Kynes sounds like a horror movie.
And Guardsman 2048. Nice. Yeah, check out all the audiobooks that I did for Mutant Chronicles, kind of the audio dramas, because there's sound effects and stuff. Are in there in the membership stuff. And I'm gonna start, there's a couple more things that I want to kind of start doing as member only stuffs to keep the YouTube going. But yeah, that's where all the content, the Patreon content and YouTube memberships all match. And then you get emojis, so we know, we can see in the chat what you're doing. But yeah, very cool.
Yeah, Quark, I'm having a similar issue. I think I think we have a bit of a little lag problem.
Oh yeah, I just saw Discord is not looking. Oh yeah,
Quark said the stream is stuttering. Yeah.
Shoot, yeah, it looks like it. Sorry. Yeah, it looks like the audio should be okay because that's being recorded. That's being recorded separately. So sorry. Yeah, sorry for the connection. It looks like I just dropped my lag is pretty huge. hopefully a temporary thing.
Like, are all these like little celebration things coming up? Are you triggering those, or are they automated?
They're automated. Yeah. I don't trigger those. Those come from.
Okay.
Those come through.
They seem like they're coming in later.
Yeah.
Like there's a delay or something.
Oh, I should be back now. Now my ping is down to nothing again. Or very little lag. Sorry, yeah, it's a temporary thing. So unfortunately, I'm on a physical cable, to the internet, but the internet is a 5G internet. So yeah, you never know how if our little area gets busy with tourists, using their Google Maps to their Apple Maps to find a restaurant, then you can get screwed. So yeah, sorry about that.
I have a question.
Sure.
If this is not relative to the channel or anything, but I read today that there's like 1,000 Starlink satellites are going to fall out of the sky this month.
Really? They're just
if you're paying for that Starlink service and one of them is the one you use, do they compensate you? I'm sure they don't.
I have no idea. Yeah. And I was in a kind of rural situation, many years ago, trying to figure out how I was going to do internet. And they literally have line of fucking sight internet where it's tower to tower. It's a radio signal, basically. It's tower to tower.
Oh, yeah.
And you need to if a tree is in the way, you need to cut it down. You need to put it's
is it AM that goes straight or FM that goes straight? One of those two is the one that goes straight, and the other one will actually go over things.
Yeah, I think FM is the one that gets blocked easy. But yeah,
that's hilarious.
But that was so stupid. They wanted me to if I want a consistent internet, I had to build like an $8,000 tower on my property, and get it high enough that it's like, okay, yeah, I'm not doing that to get your internet, which I have no idea, how long your company's even going to be in business. So then I was looking at, I think Dish or somebody had, satellite internet, but that means clouds block your internet. A rainy day, you have no internet. So satellite is not a solution either for, getting kind of internet everywhere. So yeah, and that was really expensive back in the day. I mean, we're talking, more than a decade ago. But yes, that satellite internet was crazy. So I can't believe people are still doing that, because it's like satellite radio. It's like you don't have it. You drive through a tunnel, you don't have it. So why are you paying insane?
If you live very remote, it's hard to find other options.
Yeah.
My stepdad lives way up in the foothills, almost into the mountains, almost into the Sierra Mountains.
Oh, nice.
I guess he is actually technically in the Sierra Mountains, but yeah, he lives the nearest town is 20 miles away. Mm-hmm. So there's no internet running out there.
Yeah.
So he had DirecTV internet, which comes in on their crappy little satellite dish.
Mm-hmm.
And it sucked.
Yeah.
And then he added Starlink
because
his dad moved in with him. He's getting old, and he thinks it's the greatest thing in the world.
Oh wow!
But yeah. I'm just like, yeah. But if it's your satellite falling out of the sky, how long till you get service back? You know what I mean?
Right. Hopefully they'll reassign you. Yeah. I'm glad they're creating so much junk, so much space debris and junk, to land on people's heads.
Yeah.
Or I guess just
they're small. I think the whole idea is they just burn up, but
yeah. They just released a cluster in what's that tornado movie with Dorothy and the little balls reading the Twister. The little balls.
Twister.
Yeah, they just throw a handful of satellites into orbit. Ugh. Yeah, I wonder. And is it crazy expensive, or is it pretty reasonable?
He said it was reasonable.
That's cool.
I don't remember I don't think he told me what it was, but he seemed to like it, although he's not the thriftiest person in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you ever play Clank?
I've looked at that game a few times, but no, I haven't. And I don't have it. I don't know anybody, that has brought it to any of the meetups. Good?
Yeah, it's a good game. We played it last weekend over at Will's house.
Oh, nice.
Believe it or not, we got to play some board games, and
Yay.
it's one of those ones that I bought it. Poor Will. He has shelves of games that other people bring over and leave at his house. and I bought it years ago, and we play it about once a year. And we had somebody there who had never played it, so hey, let's play Plank.
Oh, cool!
And it's a fun game. So the basic idea, it's a deck building game. So standard. You start with like this fixed 10-card deck. And you generate resources as you play to allow you to buy better cards to put in your deck and pursue different strategies. But what's going on the board is you're moving through a dungeon, getting treasure, and you're trying to get these artifacts. And the dungeon has like an upper level and a lower level. And as you find artifacts, there's this dragon. And if you find an artifact and take it, the dragon attacks. And it's this cube pulling game where everyone has cubes that they put in this bag, and you pull the cubes out when the dragon attacks, and if any of them are yours, you take damage, And anyway, if you die in the lower level of the thing, you're just out of the game, you're just dead. If you die in the upper level, you still get to score points for the end of the game, but you won't get as many as anybody who gets all the way out of the dungeon before the game's over.
Oh, I see.
And so it's this push your luck thing, because the farther down you go, the longer it's going to take you to get back out. And as time goes by, the dragon attacks get worse and worse. So you're pulling more and more of these cubes out of this bag. So more and more people are taking damage. It's a really fun game. Anyway, everyone had a blast, including the guy who hadn't played it before. So I got Clank Legacy. We're going to try to play. There's a Clank Legacy game.
Oh, wow.
And it's branded and co-created by Matt Leacock, who's like the king of all co-op games. He's the pandemic guy.
Oh, yeah.
And the original creators, and the PAX Unplugged guys, the Penny Arcade guys.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
So the theming of it is their D&D actual play, the Acquisitions Unlimited. That's what their silly on actual play game show is called.
Yeah.
So I guess it sounds like it might be the art and stuff might get a little more tongue in cheek because they're kind of silly on that show.
Right.
But yeah, it looks like it has actually added like this hex crawl element to it. So there's going to be more than one board.
Right.
And so there'll be different dungeons and stuff. So it seems like it's going to be pretty fun.
That's cool. That's a huge collaboration too. That's cool that they got together and gave that game some love. Yeah, because it's from a while back, right? That's like a kind of more golden era.
Clank?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I probably bought it like 10 years ago or something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
And the Legacy one's at least 3-4 years old.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, they do the Acquisitions Unlimited or whatever. At the PAX, right? They usually do like a live performance of those. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I used to I like that guy's art, just the Penny Arcade, and they had the reason I started live streaming my cartoon was because of their podcast. They did this awesome podcast, like back in the day of Penny Arcade, like, kind of the peak of Penny Arcade, when like the video game companies feared them. They like were so terrified that they were going to get, some shit in one of their strips that, they were checking it. Like I remember my brother was working at various companies at the time, and the game companies were literally afraid of their releases and stuff getting dissed on the Penny Arcade strip because they knew it affected sales. So they would look at the Metacritic and they would look at the Penny Arcade, web comic to see how their game was being received.
That's fun.
Yeah, people were terrified of those guys. But their podcast was the two of them just looking at the websites, Kotaku, and back in the day, all there are a lot more gaming sites. Just going through the news and saying, okay, what are we going to talk about this week? What's a fun angle or what's a fun thing? And they went through their whole creative process, because the one guy writes it and the other guy draws it, but they have this really nice synergy of like back and forth, like, yeah, that'd be cool, and what about this and this? And it was a really fun kind of creative just thing that they did every week. I'm not sure like when that stopped or what when that changed, but that was a real big inspiration to me back in the day. It's like, that's so cool to just throw your creative process out there, and you're going to see the final product, on their website, and game companies are going to be quaking in fear. It's like, please don't talk about our game. Please don't talk about our game. But yeah,
Cool.
yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, those guys are awesome. I haven't caught up in a while, and PAX and stuff, they've gotten so big. I hope they're still grounded. I hope they're still grounded, because they are very huge in the in both the tabletop and video game industries still. Crazy.
Yeah, it's hard to say, because you don't, even though I know about Acquisitions Unlimited, you don't really hear about them the way in the tabletop community, the way you hear about, obviously, Matt Mercer and that sort. And I don't know if that's because they've stayed grounded, which hopefully they have, or if it's just because they are mostly more known by the video game community. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, but it's good. It's good they gave some attention to tabletop stuff. Yeah, because back in the day, they only talked about video games. But yeah, cool. Very cool. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll get up to something this weekend, some kind of impromptu live stream. So take a look for that tomorrow. And yeah, what else is so there's some new stuff coming. I just got this isn't something we can do on the channel, but I just got all my my zines for the latest what was it called? I probably could find it better in email than anywhere else. But the some stuff is either on the way or just showed up. So there'll be some unboxings at the very least. Cool. Of some of the cool stuff. But yeah, Twilight Sword has their final PDFs, and supposedly the superhero version of their D6 game is coming soon. So yeah, all that stuff should be unlocked.
Still plinking away at the Fate adventure.
Oh, nice.
Kind of, I would say the first half / easy half is done.
Oh, cool.
Now I got to get through the second half with Calarion's help, hopefully, if he's still down to help.
Nice.
The more meaty part of the adventure, I guess. But I'm doing it. As we create stuff, and as I kind of put it into actual verbiage, I'm doing it in a manuscript as we go. So kind of trying to lay it out the way hopefully it will look when we're done.
Oh, cool.
Just to kind of keep myself on track and motivated,
Nice.
Because it's tough, because I really only have a couple times a week where I feel like I have time to just uninterrupted sit down and work on it. And yeah, plus I haven't played Fate in years.
Right.
I'm a bit of a masochist for choosing Fate to do this.
Right.
But it's one of those weird things. I think you, me, and Will have talked about it before, where there's these very narrative focused indie games that when you just get the elevator speech, it sounds like they're really lightweight, and so they should be real easy. But somehow the Fate, if you read that rule book, it's so easy to mix stuff up in your head, because they don't just have a line with a rule or a short paragraph with a rule. It's explaining. It's all in this wall of text where they're explaining concepts and things for what should be a pretty simple game.
Right.
So it's easy to get lost in that and kind of lose track. Okay, how do we do this again? And really, there's only like 4 things you can do in that game, so it should not be hard,
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I know it's not just me because Will and I have talked about it before,
Yeah.
so I know it's not just me.
Yeah. Chris did a really amazing job. Like, didn't want to play the Fantasy Flight. Was it not Death Guard, Death Watch? Yeah, so we played a 40K Death Watch where we're all Space Marines, from the different chapters, and I painted up some miniatures, and did a whole Fate 40K RPG, and Chris was able to pull it off, kind of using inspiration from the Fantasy Flight. I don't know what it was called, if it was just called Death Watch. I think it was just called Death Watch. But yeah, that was really fun. That was really, and the great thing is, like, I think only one person, maybe just Chris and I, were the only people with any sort of 40K, lore experience or whatever. So Chris, set out this world, and these people were just like, "What the fuck," And they just dropped a church on us. This thing that looks like a church, and we're just like plummeting down in these like drop pods, and now we're in the middle of this like nightmare planet, and we hate the Xenos, but we're trying to save these people. And why? What? It was good. It was really, really well done. Yeah, that live stream is cool on the channel. But
nice.
And I think there was even a kind of a talk through session of like how Chris kind of put stuff together with the aspects and stuff. I think there's even like a kind of a little bit of behind the scenes stream on the channel for that. But
so did she find a way to make the combat feel like frenetic and gritty?
It was good.
Fate doesn't really.
Yeah, it was good. I forget, and I can't remember, because I think the weapons, like, she kind of scaled the weapons from what they did with Fantasy Flight and just kind of modified them and we all had kind of different loadouts, so we could all do like very different things.
Okay.
Yeah, but was able to keep the, like, we can just knock stuff down, like we can punch through walls and stuff, like we were Space Marines, we were superheroes.
Yeah.
And it worked really well with what with that That's setting. Cool. Yeah. But yeah, I remember the combat being good. I remember the combat being fun. And it is great to like take a group of people and put them in a setting they have no experience of, explain it to them and go, oh, and as soon as it clicks, then it's fun to see how people deal with it. But yeah, good stuff. I forget what that notice is. But yeah, I've got some stuff to take a look at on the channel. Yeah, been a bit a bit slow and a bit out of it lately, so we'll hopefully get back to full strength. Full strength soon. And and we're talking about maybe getting another actual play session in sometime during the week, if we can work it. Try to wrangle Will back into the mix and do an old school three person actual play. We'll see.
So I would like to. That's what I told Larian. I was like, now that the Broken Empire's PDF is, I know when it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming in August. So I'd really like to run this Fate game. Either July or early August, you know? Mm-hmm. Because then I want to read those rules and start thinking about how to translate that into a VTT environment. And for Broken Empires.
Mm-hmm.
And then Fate in VTT is no problem at all.
Right.
Roll those 4 funny dice and tell me what you get. Done. But the Broken Empire is skill-based system with 1 meta currency and special, wound tracking. And it's going to take me a while to figure that out. Like, because there's no, what do you call it? There's no hit points in that game.
Right. Yep.
So I need to figure out how are we going to track these wounds. Oh, and see, now I'm thinking about it right now, and I shouldn't be because I haven't even read the rules yet. But like every body, you got head, arm, torso, leg. They're all hit locations. Every wound you take, you track separately, right? Based on its severity and whether it's infected. Because infection is a thing.
Yeah.
We're gonna be playing a gritty game. I'm really excited for that. Terry's gonna hate it.
Right. What now? Where's infected? My toe? What? My elbow?
Yeah. So I don't know. I might, instead of even having trackers for wounds, you can in alchemy, like you could just make a note box that's titled head and a note box that's titled torso,
Right.
So I might do something like that, so you guys could just type in like your wounds.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah. Shouldn't be thinking. I'm getting way ahead of myself thinking about it now. But
yeah, it's gonna.
And wrestling with alchemy feels like a full-time job.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's nice though. It's a nice interface and everything. So yeah, I think it'll be worth it. It'll definitely be worth it. And I just hope they get to the point where they're going to let you export this stuff. They're going to let you, because I think we had a commenter that was asking, "Oh, what did you build?" I think it was your swords, some one of our campaigns, the Swords of the Serpentine, or something you did for alchemy. Someone's like, "Oh wow, I'd love to. Is there a way I can use that, or is there a way I can play it?" No, there's no way to export that stuff yet. Yeah.
So I think now you can download them.
Oh, cool. Okay.
You can download them as a file that can then be re-uploaded into alchemy.
Nice. Okay.
It's called a JSON file or something like that.
Yep.
So. Yes, I think you can do that now.
Nice.
What you can't do, which I wish you could, is just throw it up as a free public thing on their marketplace. Like, that should be an option. It should be like, I built this content universe. I'm not asking for money, so I just want to share it. Because you can do that with like Incarnate, because I know you've been using that a little lately.
Yep.
You can make those public, and people can just be like, "Oh, that's cool," and you grab it.
Yep. And you can set it as clonable. You can set it so somebody would just put it right in their library and just play with what you already did. You had kind of a speed run a map. Yeah, I noticed though, the only thing I'm not liking about Incarnate is you can also make a map, have it all locked down so people can use it, but they can only use a JPEG of it, and then you can promote your Patreon. And so there's a lot of Patreon spam, for like, I build a lot of maps. Please come to my Patreon. It's like, okay. Yeah. I don't want an ad.
When I was looking through other people's maps, I noticed that one of the guys who sells stuff on the alchemy marketplace is on there.
Yeah. Everybody's got their hustle, but that was a little bit, because early Incarnate, it was all just kind of community contributions, but now the capitalists have moved in. Looking for their donation. Looking for their support. It's funny. But cool. So we'll get something going tomorrow. Probably nothing very organized, but just a fun talk through some tabletop stuff. And there's a lot of stuff to unbox coming up. But thanks everybody, and especially thanks Matt so much. I can't wait to see what you end up doing with Fate, and take a look at what Chris did. I might even have some PDFs and stuff to share if you want to see what she did with the combat, like how she handled combat.
That'd be fun. I'd like to see that.
I will take a look. That feels like forever ago. I can't believe. And I had a sorry, I was trying to wrap it up, but to film it, I did a multi-camera thing, and I put little webcams. I built little Lego cars on webcams, so I had little dollies that I could slide around.
You had dolly shots?
Well, just to like just to frame stuff, but all the webcams were
you were like tracking through as you were playing.
But sometimes I wanted to get a better angle on the map that we had and the miniatures and stuff. But I remember I built little Lego dollies for all the webcams.
That's cool.
Back in those younger days when I actually thought well about things. Well, cool. But yeah, let's wrap it up here. And thank you again, Matt, for co-hosting. I really appreciate it. I mean, this is literally last minute. I think we were like 5 minutes away from going live, and I was like, "Hey, Matt, are you you around there?" So I
yeah, like I told you, you caught me just in time.
just in time. All right. Well, cool. So thanks everyone for watching and for supporting the channel and this podcast.
Yeah,
and
thanks
everything.
Abyss.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Abyss. Thank you so much. That was very generous. I know the your patriotism really showed through. Wanting to celebrate America, and yeah, and welcome to all the new members. Check out the archive. There's a lot of fun stuff in there, and I think there might even be a full version of that Death Watch actual play. So take care, everyone.
Yeah, check
and
that out.
yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.